This is exactly the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing right now, but it's fine.
Yep.
Aim upwards.
Okay.
Hold right click down and charge that sucker up. Let go. There you go.
Oh,
Boom.
wow. This is amazing. That's incredible.
Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the interwebs. This is ReNDoG coming at you in another episode of Minecraft Survival from the Hermitcraft server. Today, my beautiful friends from all over the world, we are kicking off proceedings with a glorious view of the freshly laid foundations of Grand Central Station. That's right, guys. Today we are starting our major project for Season 6, Hermit Rail Network, and we're going to be kicking off with the network's major station here in Aquatown. And I've spent quite a lot of time off camera collecting the resources required to lay down this magnificent foundation for what is going to be a massive railway station here on the Hermitcraft server. I cannot help but notice, however, there is something very weird going on down there at the Shroomsino. We're going to have to go take a look at that before we do anything, I think. That is looking absolutely... I think Doc has been eating one too many of his mushrooms, man. That place is looking absolutely crazy. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the Hermitcraft server with your host, ReNDoG. Super excited about today's episode. We're going to start working on the skeletal foundations of this massive build in the middle of Aquatown. Very excited to get going with that, guys. We've got a lot of work to do. So settle in, get yourself a tasty beverage, something crunchy to snack on, and let's get going, man. Take a look at this, though. Completely forgot. There has been, well, an improvement, I would say, to the Big Logs Incorporated shop. This weekend, live on stream, we repaired the damage that the convex did to the shop. We got rid of that termite-infested mess that was the convex's undercut shop. And at the moment, I'm still undecided as to whether or not we're going to be keeping the axe that Grian lodged into the side of the shop. The more days that go by, the more that the axe kind of grows on me. I think it's kind of cool. It's also a little part of Season 6 history, right? Which I think is pretty sweet, and maybe we should just keep this axe here. I'm not entirely sure, though. You know what, guys? I'm going to throw up a poll on this video, man. What do you guys think? To axe or not to axe? That is the question. Yay or nay, guys? Are we going to keep the axe in the log shop? Let me know what you think, man. Go and take a little bit of a vote, and we'll figure out what to do next episode. While we're here, I suppose, let's pop our heads in, have a look if there's been any more profits. Last episode, we lost a bit of cash money to the dice game that Doc set up for us, and I think we need to redeem ourselves today. We need to throw a couple more blocks of diamonds up in there. Let's have a look. Have there been any more sales since last week? I actually restocked the shop a couple of days ago, so if there have been some purchases, hello there, my little bling blangs, beautiful. Someone bought, well, almost a full row of acacia here, beautiful. Any birch sold? No birch sold, unfortunately. Any oak sold? No. Okay, so profits are down this week. There's something going on. I'm not entirely sure. I know that there's another hermit on this server that has a very efficient oak wood farm. It's a wither farm. And it worries me. I'm not even going to say the name of the hermit because I don't want to give my, my opponents, or should I say my competition, any props. But I'm sure you guys can figure it out. But if I look in this direction, maybe I'll fly in that direction too. But it might give away whose shop this might be. But anyway, there seems to be some log competition going on, which is good. Big Logs Incorporated welcomes commercial competition here on the server. It just drives better quality products. That's capitalism for you. But yeah, what the freak is going on over here at the Shroomsino? I think Doc has literally lost his mind. I mean, why are there donkeys all over the place? What the freak is going on here, man? Let's go take a look at this. Mules Royce Phantom. What? Mullback S600. And the Lamborghini Diablo. What? Oh, these are like vehicles. Right-click on note blocks to unlock donkey boat. Actually, this is a good point. How is there a donkey in the boat? I thought you couldn't put donkeys and stuff in boats. Or maybe that's only horses. Although this isn't a donkey. This is a llama. I'm sorry. I categorized you wrong, man. I'm sorry. You're not a donkey. You're a llama. That's my bad, my dude. Please don't spit in my general direction. What is going on here? We got a drowned. Oh, it's vintage beef. Oh, that's amazing. We got Etho, Captain Etho in the boat. We got BOO at the top of the boat. And now we got vintage beef over here. I think Doc's trying to say something over here, man. These are all NHO members. What the freak is happening, man? Anyway, what is this thing? Anyway, Vintage Beef's Luxury Rides. What? Okay, hold on. Let's read this book over here. Doc, what are you up to over here, my brother, man? NHO Donkey Boat Rental Services. You are one of the cool kids that want to ride in style. Say no more. We got you covered. A diamond a day makes you fond sway. Please place your payment and chest at Vintage Beef's office. 1 diamond per day. If you break or kill one of our luxury rides, you will have to pay for repairs, which is expensive. To enter the ride, click from below the boat by diving under it. Drive carefully. Donkey boats should be returned after use for long-term rental. Speak to the CEO, Doc 4M77. Okay, so we can rent the donkeys for 1 diamond a day. Donkey travel as opposed to Elytra travel / trident travel. It's unclear why one would want to rent a donkey, Doc. I think you might be pushing the system a bit too much here, my dude. I mean, I know casinos make people crazy, but for real, like renting donkeys? I mean, what has happened to you, man? What is this? Mulati Veron. For sale. 2018 model. 32 diamonds. Why rent a freaking donkey when you can buy one? Hi. What are you looking at over there, llama face? My dude? I feel like you're judging me right now. I feel like all 3 of them are judging me. Stop looking at me, you idiots. I want this thing, dudes. 32 diamonds. That's actually not too expensive, I think. That's a fairly reasonable amount for a donkey in a boat, right? I don't think I've ever seen a donkey in a boat before. Let's get our bling blang box out. I think I've got enough diamonds. Yeah, well, with the 16 diamonds from the log shop today, that takes us up to 36 diamonds, which means we can actually buy the Mulati Veron, which I'm guessing is some sort of a sports car. I don't know much about sports and things, my dudes, okay? And cars. I'm a nerd, okay? I play Minecraft for a living, for crying out loud. I don't know anything about sports cars, but that sounds like a pretty fancy donkey machine to me, my dudes. You know what we're going to have to do, though? As I don't actually have any wood on me right now, we're going to have to take some stock from big logs. Let's take some of the dark oak wood logs. I don't think we've actually sold a single stack of dark oak wood since we've opened up this shop. It's very weird. Why do the hermits hate dark wood so much? Oh, man. Why am I spending 32 diamonds on a donkey in a boat? Doc, what is wrong with you, man? It's scary how much Doc knows about my brain. He knows that I must have the weirdest things in the world. I love collecting strange and delightful trinkets. And there is nothing stranger and more delightful than a donkey in a boat. Let's be honest with ourselves here, guys. Yeah, Doc is a pretty bad shop person, though, isn't he? This is not a very good shop over here, Doc. Where am I supposed to pay for the freaking donkey, my dude? I'm gonna have to make you a chest here. So not only is it costing me 32 diamonds, but it's also costing me an extra 2 diamonds for the stack of dark oak wood loggage over here. And I suppose I'm going to have to make a little, like, sale box over here. So 32 diamonds in the belly for Doc. Let's make a nice little fancy pattern for him over here, right? Listen, we're paying for a sports car over here, so payment has to be done in a sports car-y fashion. All right? Don't ask any questions. This is just how it's going to be. Also, this is killing the OCD because it's actually not even at all. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Beautiful. That's 32 diamonds, right? I think it is. Mulati Varol, you are now mine, my dude. Let's take the sale sign down, too, just in case anybody thinks that it's still for sale. Thanks for the donkey, I think. Hearty face RD. Beautiful. Okay, let's get the bling blang box back in the ender chest before we lose it. And, well, I guess the next step is to ride the thing. I think I'm having buyer's remorse right now, guys. I've never bought an expensive car in my life. I think this is exactly how I would feel. I would buy the expensive car, and then minutes later, I would regret my decision. I would immediately regret my decision. And this isn't a sports car. This is a donkey in a boat. It is quite amazing how many diamonds us hermits will spend on the weirdest of things on this server, isn't it, guys? I read a sign over here about how to ride this thing. Right-click on the note blocks. No, that's not the one. Where is the other sign? There was another sign telling us exactly how to ride these donkeys. I think there's a very specific way to do it. I think the book said, oh yeah, the book said click on the boat bellow the donkey. So we got to go underneath the donkey, is that right? Is this how we ride this sucker? All right, well, we just purchased the car, so we might as well make use of it. And as you know, guys, when you purchase a car, it immediately loses its value from the moment you start driving it. And are we actually riding this thing right now? Oh my goodness. Seriously though, what has my life become? I think there might be some pretty intense shroom gases over at the Shroomsino, my dudes. I'm feeling a little bit queasy. And my brand new donkey Ferrari is also not really knowing what's happening. Let's stop this real quick, shall we, donkey? Both you and I are going to get sick in the water over here, my dude. I think, wait a minute, I think that donkey just puked, man. That was my bad. Well, I must say, I'm not very impressed with the speed of this particular sports car, but I do love the looks. The lines are absolutely beautiful, aren't they? Look at the shimmer on that chrome. I'm trying to justify the fact that I just blew 32 diamonds on a ridiculous donkey purchase, guys. Okay, forgive me. Oh man, anyway dudes, shall we get down to some serious Minecrafting for once in an episode of a ReNDoG video here on the Hermitcraft server? Oh my goodness, man, the shenanigans are real. Let's find ourselves a nice little spot to park over here. This will be perfect because we can sleep the night away too, and we can keep the donkey in our sight also. Hang on, how do we actually get out the boat now? Can I get out the boat? There we go. Oh, there we go. Now it actually looks like I'm riding the donkey, but I'm actually not. I'm just standing on top of the boat. Very good. I think we're going to have to set up some sort of a service plan with Doc also, just in case we break the boat, the donkey boat. We might have to get Doc the mechanic in to do a little bit of repair work. I've got a feeling that the donkey boat is going to break at some point. Let's make sure we sleep the night away, though, before anything really bad happens, like the donkey ends up with the trident in his butt. That would make me a very, very sad sports car owner. But yeah, welcome, guys, to Grand Central Station. Looking pretty sweet, right? Oh, you know it, my dudes. You know it. I have been working pretty hard on this for the last couple of hours off camera, and I thought what we could do in today's episode is start laying down some serious blockage here for this particular build. And I guess to kick things off, I don't want to like build the whole thing without you guys. I know that some of you guys like to sort of, you know, you're inspired by the builds that us hermits do, and you try to build the builds that we make in your own world. So I'm going to try to take you guys through the dimensions here, just to give you an idea of how I actually laid out these foundations. These foundations are super important, especially for a build like this, because if you get the foundations right, then the rest of the build is pretty easy to get done. All you need to do is start building upwards, almost like a cake, I suppose. But for a very symmetrical build like this, it's really important that you get the foundations perfectly aligned. You need to get all of your numbers absolutely perfect, because if any of these lines over here, any of the diagonals or the straights are one block out, then the entire thing will actually get thrown out of sync, and it will just be a complete freaking mess at the end of it. So I basically did all of this off camera because there's a whole bunch of block counting, and block counting in a video is always super boring. But let me give you guys the dimensions for this build. It's 64 by 64, so I started with a 64 64 by 64 block here. And then our diagonals start 13 blocks from the corner of the 64. So by 13 blocks, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 13 blocks between the corner of the 64 and the start of the diagonal. And we've just done that exact same thing on all four corners of the 64 block, right? So it's 13 here, 13 there, 13 there, etc. And then the diagonal, of course, just goes all the way across. So that kind of defines the borders of our build over here. And of course, we're going to be taking this away because we're making an octagon shape for this particular build. Then we've got a pathway. Then what I basically did was I built these two pathways, one all the way across this way, south to north and east to west or whatever, west to east or whatever. And that found us the very center of our octagon, which is over here. And then this is where our elevator is going to be, our bubble vator that's going to be taking us to the top of an Elytra platform. And the bubble vator is just 3 blocks from the center of 4 squares. So 4 squares in the center and then 3 out and 3 across and 3 back. And that makes us a nice big area in the center. And then finally, we have another diagonal inside of the octagon, the center part of the octagon. And of course, in here is going to be like a big dome. And this is where we're going to be creating an aquarium type thing in the very center of the Grand Central Station. This pathway from the very edge of the outside 64 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks in, but there's a double up over here, right? So this is the line of 64, but what we've done is we've actually doubled up the thickness of the border of our foundation. So the border of the foundation is 2 blocks wide all the way around, including on the diagonals. So from the second row of blocks, so on the internal side of the octagon, we are 11 blocks here into the next octagon, and then we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks to the very center. So those are the dimensions of the octagon. Oh, and there's one more diagonal that we need to do, of course, and that's these center diagonals over here. And this diagonal starts from the second thickness of the block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks from the pathway, and that's the same for all of those. So that's all 10 blocks to go from this pathway to the diagonal on all sides of the octagon there. So that was a lot of words. I have no idea if that made any sense whatsoever, my dudes. But for those of you guys who want to perhaps try build something like this, I hope that gives you at least a good explanation of the foundations of this. And well, next step for us, guys, is to get ourselves a bunch of white concrete, because this is going to take a lot of resources. Mumbo, my dude, I thought you were a professional Minecrafter, man.
Where have you heard that from?
Actually, that's a good point. I've never heard that.
I was gonna say, you have had the wrong information.
You need some light here, my dude. This place is terrifying.
Yeah, as I say, I mean, I've just been looking at it, and for some reason, it's never really occurred to me, because I sleep so frequently, and you know, I've always got beds around.
Yeah.
This place totally isn't lit up. This is a bit of a dangerous area to be in. I feel like maybe we should go down to the bottom potentially. And actually, I don't know if that's any safer. Maybe we should just stand in here.
This is probably the safest place that there is, although walls made out of frozen water isn't really going to do much for us. But you know, it'll have to do.
No, you've got a point there. But I'll keep an eye out. I've got my bow and everything, and I hear that you've got a trident, which is quite exciting.
Aim that somewhere else, my dude. Jeez.
Oh, look at what. Can I have a go with it? Am I able to have a go? So I haven't actually used one of these yet.
Go for it. It's called the trident 77. It cost me 4 stacks of diamonds. Don't ask any questions. Don't ask, my dude. Don't ask.
I did hear about that, but I hadn't realized it was that much.
So check it out. Come into this water. Come and stand in this pond with me.
Yeah.
This is exactly the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing right now, but it's fine.
Yep.
Aim upwards.
Okay.
Hold right click down and charge that sucker up. Let go. There you go.
Oh, wow. This is amazing. That's incredible.
And yeah, you can launch your Elytra this way too, if you spam the space key.
That's pretty fantastic. So what? So if I shoot... Oh, so if I shoot at something... Oh, okay. It just launches me... Oh. Okay, I've launched myself directly into the line of fire.
Yep.
You can have this trident back. I think I'm going to cause myself great injury and harm.
Yeah,
if I continue with that.
Also, watch this. Whee! You see how I spin around? Actually see... Pretty cool, right?
Wait, go on. Oh, now that looks very cool.
Right?
And you've got the turtle helmet as well, which is something that I kind of want because those things are quite cool.
I don't mean to alarm you. You've got an arrow literally in your ear hole right now.
Yeah, did I do that, or was that was the skeleton, wasn't it? This is why maybe I shouldn't have any form of trident. I feel like maybe. Yeah, I'm not quite cut out just yet for that sort of weaponry.
So MJ, my dude, I've been getting a lot of comments, a lot of tweets about a certain something of yours that I may have obtained. And I found this chest just outside of my log shop a few days ago. And I put everything in it away for safekeeping because there's some good stuff in there, my man. Whew.
I like the fact that you've called it somebody's stuff as well. It's like I have no clue what this stuff is.
Yeah.
Oh my word, there is a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, it's tasty. I was very tempted to keep it, or at least keep one of the dragon heads. But yeah, this is your stuff. You can have the shulker box
this stops.
And
hopefully this stops all of the comments
and
everything that I'm sure you have been receiving about this. Thank you ever so much for returning it. I did get a lot of people telling me that you had it, so this is brilliant. It's good to see you're so honest.
Yeah, you know, the ReNDoG abides, my dude. I've also got some gifts for you, man. Now these are vouchers that you can spend at the big log shop. You can buy a stack of logs with each of those vouchers. And
you know what? That's going to be so handy. I actually need a bunch of wood for today's episode, so you have totally helped me out there.
I mean, you know, the ReNDoG abides, my dude. I mean, that's what I'm here for, you know. And you know, you could spend more diamonds there if you wanted to.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I've been just throwing them in every single shop, so I'm surprised that I haven't actually been to yours yet. But I'll have to come by and splash out.
Don't say anything. My dudes, I am having a blast on the Hermitcraft server today. It has been a fantastic morning of, well, not doing much, but the good news is Mumbo has his stuff back, so that's awesome. That's one thing off the mind. Next up, we are here in the medieval district, very near the Stacks for Stacks tavern. This is a little village, I suppose, that has been popping up here in the medieval district, and there's a couple of interesting things here. We've got the skeleton farm over here, of course. We've got the Too Tall of Power flower farm, which we haven't actually seen yet, but yeah, you can actually make flowers in here, which is pretty useful. And there's another very useful facility over here, which is the community concrete converter. I think Wells made all of these things over here, so this is a very useful and well, actually practical part of the medieval district. I like it a lot. Now, this is a concrete making machine. There are a lot of signs with a lot of writing on it, but I'm just going to show you guys exactly how this works. It's really, really simple to use and actually really, really effective. This is a very great and compact concrete making machine. And it's certainly one that I wish I'd known about in Season 5. It would have saved me many, many years of grinding. But I've got a shulker box here full of gravel, full of sand, and full of some bone blocks over here. We're going to crank all the bone blocks into some bone meal, of course, and let's make for ourselves a bunch of white concrete powder. This is going to be one of the primary building blocks for Grand Central Station, and we are probably going to need tens of thousands of this jazz, which is kind of bringing back memories from Season 4. Oh, rip the sand into sandstone. Wow. But yeah, getting some serious memories here from Season 5, guys. I mean, Season 5. Oh my goodness. This concrete has literally made my mind into a pot of yogurt right now. Anyway, check it out. What we're going to do is we're going to stick the concrete powder in our offhand like this, and then stick the rest of the concrete powder into this chest over here. We're going to stand in this position and literally just right click and left click at the same time with an efficiency 5 pickaxe. And what's happening here is the concrete powder in that chest is going via a hopper over here, and it's popping up directly in our butts over here. And as we break the concrete block in front of us that we're placing with our offhand, it's getting replaced with a bit of concrete powder from below us. So this way, we can literally just sit here holding both mouse buttons until every single block of concrete that we put in that chest has been converted into white concrete. And yeah, this is beautiful. It's lossless. Concrete doesn't fly all over the place. You don't have to make giant pillars of concrete powder in an ocean somewhere. A very useful, compact, and excellent concrete design. Wells, thank you for saving me a lot of time in Season 6, my dude. I appreciate it. That went much quicker than I thought, guys. Literally the length of one Devin Townsend song to create all of this white concrete powder. Threw on a record in the background, hoping to listen to a couple of tracks. But hey, we are actually finished here. Brilliant. Although I did convert a lot of that sand into sandstone, so we've missing out on about 3 or 4 blocks of concrete here. Anyway, this should probably be more than enough white concrete for today's task of setting up the skeleton for Grand Central Station over here. But of course, before we do any of that, my dudes, I've been collecting some bling blangs again off camera. And, well, we're going to have one more go at the Shroomcino. Feeling good, my dudes. A shulker box almost full of white concrete powder, and we're going to be able to make some pretty decent progress out here at Grand Central Station. But before we do any of that, guys, there is one more thing that we need to do. Last time we rolled the dice, we came up short. This time, we are going to probably come up short again, but it's going to be fun. I have, as you guys saw earlier, spent a little bit of time underground again collecting a bunch of diamonds. I've got 5 diamond blocks, and according to the Shroomcino rules, for the ultimate dice throwing experience, 5 diamond blocks is what you should be using to gamble here. So, there's going to be the last 5 diamond blocks that we put into the Shroomcino. And, well, over the course of today's episode, we'll see if we can actually start winning here. We've already lost 3 diamond blocks into this ghastly machine, and we're probably going to lose all of these. But that's okay. I'm happy with losing this. It's not really going to set us back in any way, and it took me about an hour or so to find them. So, not the end of the freaking world. Shroomcino, let's do a little bit of rolling. All right, there we go. Ticking away. And boom, we won. Excellent. We're 1 block up. We're 1 up for today. That's a beautiful start, my dudes. Although the last time that we played, we also won the first time. Doc says I don't like that sound. Oh, that is hilarious. Doc is... Oh, there he is. Oh, he's not happy. He is not happy. Yo, Doc, does this donkey come with a service plan? You know what I'm saying, guys? We need some sort of insurance to make sure that we don't break our brand new donkey Ferrari over there. I will be very, very sad if we break that and we can't repair it. Hopefully I can negotiate some sort of a plan with Doc. Maybe, I don't know, 5 diamonds a month or something, and I can call Doc out. Kind of like the AAA service. In case we have a breakdown, Doc can come and help us. Anyway, welcome back, guys. The sun has gone down on the Hermitcraft server, and I must say, it's actually kind of beautiful out here at night, isn't it? I've also lit up most of the Grand Central foundations over here, so we shouldn't have any problems with mobbage and whatnot, other than a few drowns who might come up from the bottom. But yeah, I thought we could spend this evening doing a little bit of work out here. We're going to start working on the skeletal foundations for Grand Central Station, and this is a very crucial part of this particular project, because in order for us to achieve this, we have to ensure that the foundations of the building are flawless, perfectly symmetrical, and perfectly built on all 4 corners of the octagon. So, yeah, did I just say all 4 corners of the octagon? I mean, all 8 corners of the octagon. Do octagons even have corners? Oh my goodness, guys. Never do maths on camera. Have I not said this before? As suspected, my dudes, the original design of our structural pillars over here was incorrect. I've been back and forth to the template now to have a look at what we're supposed to be doing here. And finally, I have found perfection. That's probably the key word for a giant build like this, guys. In survival Minecraft, if you're going to make something this massive and this symmetrical, every single block, every single measurement, every single calculation needs to be mathematically perfect, or the entire house of cards comes tumbling down. So I've spent a bit of time off camera making sure that this is going to be the exact design and shape that we need to complete the octagon as we saw in the template. And well, these are going to be our very beautiful and very large imposing structural support beams that are going to be running around the outside of the donut. And as you can see, they are kind of massive, but these are going to become a very integral part of this build. This is the very first design, the skeleton, if you will, of the build. So we need to get this perfectly correct. And the mistake that I made in my first setting up of this foundation was putting these markers in the wrong place. In the previous segment, I think I had these markers on these positions here on the platforms themselves. But in fact, what we need to do is on the internal octagon markers, we need to move that marker back by 1 block. And then on the outer ones, we need to keep them in the same place. So I've shifted this side of our structure by 1 block all the way around the internal octagon. Then we're going 7 blocks up, 12 blocks across, then 3 stairs down, and then 3 blocks down. So that is going to be the equation, if you will, for our structural support pillars over here. And all we're going to need to do now is basically replicate this design in every single position here around the octagon. And by the time we've done that, we should have a very beautiful looking skeleton for our design over here. How far did I actually go here? I have no idea, man. Talking and counting at the same time, not going to work. But yeah, this is a lot of grind work, guys. I'm going to throw on another Devin Townsend track. I'll smell you on the other side. Dang it! It's moments like this, guys, that make me as a professional Minecrafter, YouTuber, and hermit really, really happy. And I use the word professional very loosely. But I gotta say, man, I am just feeling so very good today. Seeing our Grand Central Station design popping out of the water, it's starting to really take shape. I can see the whole building in its final form in my mind's eye, and man, just looking at these structures that we have thrown up here, it is going to be enormous, isn't it? This build is going to be absolutely magnificent in this area on the Hermitcraft server. And yeah, it's moments like this that make me realize how freaking awesome this is. We are playing on the Hermitcraft server, the world's #1 survival Minecraft server. We're a hermit. That's so awesome. I don't know why I've just had this sudden moment of joy, guys. It happens, okay? Anyway, got one more side of the Grand Central Station structural foundation to complete over there. Am I using sufficiently architectural terms in today's episode, guys? I'm trying to come across as really smart, okay? Mostly because I'm really dumb every time I click this button over here at the Shroomsino. But yeah, it's starting to come together real good. I think what we'll try and finish off for today is getting the Elytra pillar in too. But before we get to that, man, we lost a diamond, we won a diamond, we got 3 more rolls to go for today's episode and probably forever. Let's see if we can win another little bit of winnage over here. Ding ding! Nice! Okay, so we're back to 1 diamond up after 3 rolls. 2 more rolls to go. And there's Doc. He's not happy again. Wrecked, my dude. Wrecked. Yep, it's confirmed, my dudes. This is the biggest and the most resource-hungry single project I've ever done in Hermitcraft, or indeed in Minecraft. And I gotta be honest, guys, I'm freaking loving it, man. This place is going to be so epic when it is finished. I've just finished putting up the last of the support beams over here, but yeah, remember all of that white concrete that we made in today's episode? We're about to blow it all on a single tower that is going to be soaring into the sky of Aquatown. And this tower is going to be the Elytra landing platform for Grand Central Station. So hermits will be able to land on top of the tower, use a bubble vader to come down into Grand Central, or you'll be able to use a bubble vader here to take you all the way up to the top of the Elytra tower so that you can take off. I like to call it civil engineering at its finest, my dudes. But yeah, we're going to have to spend a lot more time making concrete because I think we are going to need a butt ton of this stuff. I figured out exactly how high this tower is going to be. It needs to be 36 blocks high. And the way that we are going to be making this, actually, I've just had a look at the template, is we are going to be creating a sort of square structure in the very center of the octagon here. Hang on, I think my audio is all the way down. Yeah, let's turn that back up again. Professional Minecrafter right here, guys. But this is going to be our sort of elevator structure in the very center of Grand Central. It's going to be pretty sweet. I haven't quite worked out the mechanics yet, but we need to make this tower 36 blocks high. Now, in my time experimenting here with this build, I have learned some neat little Minecraft tricks that I wanted to show you guys. So say you need to build something that is an exact number of blocks, like 36 blocks, for example, right? Put a stack of 36 blocks in your inventory, and then all you need to do is you don't even need to count. You know, usually what we'd be doing is going 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 36. Well, you can just do this really simple little trick. Just put the number of blocks that you need to actually build what you're trying to make, and then you don't even have to think. And you can make a YouTube video and talk to a whole bunch of people from all over the world while you're doing it. And bam, that is the perfect height for our Elytra tower. And isn't that a glorious view from up here, guys? Oh, magnificent. Freaking Shroomcino. Okay, just made another batch of white concrete, guys. There's no ways we can end this episode without at least finishing this Elytra tower off, right? So here we go. Just a few more blocks to go until we get to the very top of this thing. And man, I'm super happy with the progress that we've made on Grand Central today, guys. It is finally starting to come together, isn't it? The vision is becoming reality, and it's a beautiful thing, man. I just can't wait to see what this is going to look like here on the Hermitcraft server once it's done. But yeah, ridiculous amounts of resources needed for this, and there we go. We've set up the skeletal foundations, so to speak, of our build, and it is looking absolutely amazing. Shall we do a little bit of a flyby over here? Take a look at it from a distance. I mean, it is pretty ginormous, isn't it? Wow, look at that. It is just so massive. It makes these builds in the shopping district look really small, even though some of the builds in the shopping district are massive. I mean, look how small it makes the tree look. And that tree is a huge build. Oh man, it is going to be so cool though, guys. And yeah, I think I'm probably going to spend the rest of today working a little bit more on this. I'll try not to make too much progress though without you guys. And next episode we'll continue on the progress. But I guess I'll clean up all of this glass around here. We'll clean up these corners that we don't need anymore and whatnot. And maybe I'll get a few more foundational blocks down here so that next time we come together we can really crank out some work here at Grand Central. Beautiful stuff. Well, we got one more thing to do in today's episode. Of course, we have rolled the dice 3 times. We've won twice, which means we are 1 up at the moment, and we've got 2 more rolls to do. I promised you guys 5 rolls in today's episode. Probably going to be the last rolls that I do here on the server, but let's try 1 more time here, or 2 more times, should I say. We got 2 more rolls to go here, right? Let's have a look. We got Doc working over there, so hopefully we can win and make him sad with a nice ding. Come on, baby. Let us win here. This has got to be higher than this, and that was not higher than that, so rip. We got 1 more roll to go, making Doc really happy. Come on, baby. Let's get a final win over here to put us up for today's... Oh, dang it. We lost 2 in a row there, which means for today's gambling session, we are down 1 diamond. But guys, when you gamble, it's super important to know when to quit. And well, we're going to quit right now. No more gambling for the ReNDoG. By the way, guys, I actually don't gamble at all in real life. I think gambling is kind of bad. It's pretty bad for society in general, and it usually preys on the weaker members of society. So I'm not a big fan of gambling in real life. But, you know, this is Minecraft. This is the Hermitcraft server, and here we can sort of play a different life, so to speak, right? We have the opportunity to maybe experience things that we might not experience in real life, and of course that is the joy of winning. Although we haven't really won anything yet, have we? We've only lost and made Doc rich. That's okay though. My Doc M77, my dude needs a few diamonds in his pocket, and we made him pretty rich today. A block of diamonds in the Shroomcino and 32 diamonds for a donkey in a boat. Nice. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you see here and you are getting excited for Grand Central Station, hit me up with the like button, baby. Wait, that didn't make sense. Smash the like button. Wait, that's also not looking... Hi. Smash the like button. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, smack that subscribe button. Don't forget to jingle jangle the notification bell. You know what I'm saying, my peeps? Anyway, ReNDoG jingle jangling his way out of here, my dudes. We will smell you all in the next episode. Ow.